Hello, hello, hello. This is James, CTX Scavenger. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Run that. Y'all get the giveaway. We're going to give away another one of our L'Oreal Paris bags full of samples. That's the first giveaway today. We are having a fantastic day. We had a long, hard day. That's why we had to delay this to the night show. This is
I'm cold.
our daily live chat. Jessica's
Hi.
here.
I'm freezing.
We're chilling on the couch. We just got in. We have had a crazy long day this morning. Good morning. Okay. A page in time. Good morning. Good morning. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. We're giving away a L'Oreal Paris bag full of L'Oreal Paris samples. We just cleaned out a unit earlier this week that was full of L'Oreal Paris stuff, and we got a ton of samples left. We're going to be giving those away. Yes, we are in Texas. Read my bio. If you ever see me in anybody's shower, what do I always say? The first thing I always say is good morning. I've been doing that for over 30 years. I ain't going to stop now. I used to work night shifts. And so when I would come in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was always saying good morning. Because it was morning for me. It was, the start of my day. So I always say good morning no matter what time of day it is. But yes, we are in Central Texas. We're just outside of the Austin, Texas. In fact, we've been in North Austin all day cleaning out a 10 by 15 storage unit. And so that's why we normally do this Sunday Funday live chat in the mornings on Sundays. But we had to delay it because we were in the middle of a storage unit and we didn't get a good enough signal. It was super hot and we had a lot of work to do. We're a different kind of breed for night shift, yeah.
Oh boy, is he!
I worked night shifts for years. I love night shifts. I worked night shifts whenever I worked in restaurants for years, and then I just right before we started working here, I worked at a prison, and before when we started reselling, I was working at the prison, and I used to work night shifts. So I always enjoyed the night shifts. I always thought night shift was fun, and most people couldn't stand it. So, DPC in Texas, more Texas everyone. People, come on in, guys. Y'all join the giveaway.
Come join us.
L'Oreal Paris bags. We're gonna fill it up with some of our random samples.
You know what? I don't think Sunday Funday was any fun until now.
Yeah, it's our Sunday fun days. We just started. Never been to prison. That's okay. I've never been. It's funny. I used to be told by certain people that I knew that I would be dead or in jail by the time I turned 20. And when I went to work at the prison, I called them and said, "Well, you got your wish. I'm going to jail tomorrow." And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Start working there."
That's funny.
So, but we have had a crazy busy week all week. For those of y'all that joined us for Tuesday's show, it was an amazing show. That was a crazy unit. But I'm still working on shipping. That was the biggest show we've ever done. And I was not prepared for the load of what the shipping would be. I'm definitely. Our plan is we're going to do some more. Hey Salem, happy Sunday. We are going to be doing more shows in the future, but over the next couple of weeks, we're probably just going to do our basic weekly shows, the Sunday Fun Days, and our Tuesday morning shows for the next 2, maybe 3 weeks. Because I have got to clean out my house. I've got to clean out my showroom and get some stuff organized. Set up a shipping station. Shut up, because I've got stuff scattered all over the place, and it's been a chaotic mess. Hey, Treasure Utopia, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Getting that giveaway, y'all. We're giving away a L'Oreal Paris bag along with a bunch of L'Oreal Paris samples. Some of them are for men, some of them are for women, some of them are for both. So y'all, everybody getting the giveaway. We got a little bit of everything. So
I'm letting James talk.
We're gonna have some of those samples for a while because I got. Well, we combined some of the cases because a bunch of the cases are only like half full, and so we kind of combined them down. We still got like 20 cases of different samples. There's probably 2,000 samples in each case. So we got tons of samples. We've got some in the buy it now as well. We're going to be getting more listed in the buy it now. We got a unit the other day that was all L'Oreal Paris merchandise samples. The lady was a Whistling Duck. You won the bag, Whistling Duck. Congratulations. We got a unit last Tuesday. We bought the unit Tuesday morning. We did a live as we walked into the unit. We went live, so we didn't know what we were walking into. We just saw stacks of boxes, and I was thinking, honestly, with what we paid for it, because there was a pile of empty boxes, and then there was a bunch of boxes stacked on the wall. I thought personally, with what we paid for the unit too, because it wasn't an expensive unit, I thought I'm gonna get some shipping supplies if everything in this unit is trash. I didn't care what was in the unit. We walked in.
He did, but he didn't.
And we got in, and it was all product. The lady was a L'Oreal Paris dealer. She was the kind of person that would go to like the stores. And, there was a PS4 plus a PS5 games. Awesome. That's a great score. We do find games sometimes.
We didn't today.
We didn't today. We just cleaned out a unit today. We haven't gone through the boxes yet either.
Yeah.
We saved the boxes for a live unboxing show. We're going to be going through them on Tuesday. It depends.
It just depends.
Not
right now.
Honestly, we weren't looking for a unit. We are on Storage Treasures. And for the people that are on YouTube, because I'm multi-streaming to YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, I cannot see the chat. But come on over to Whatnot. We're doing some giveaways and just hanging out and chatting. But we posted a video yesterday from the unit. We got that unit for free. The only reason we even got the unit. We weren't looking for a unit, but Storage Treasures, which is one of the places we buy storage units, we have a paid membership for Storage Treasures. And one of the things with that is they give you free offers on units that go no sale at auction. I wasn't even looking at the auctions all week, honestly. I've been so busy. I've been just cranking out other stuff, trying to get shipping done, trying to take care of Emily and doing other family stuff. But turn it down. Yeah, make sure you put something in the chat and then pin the post. You should, because you're a moderator on the channel. So sorry, my Jessica's going into the YouTube channel to post a message in there for anybody in the chat to come over to Whatnot. But we have we get these free offers on Storage Treasures, and so they sent out a bunch of free offers on Friday, and one of them was this unit. And most of the free offers, 99% of the free offers they send us are complete trash. That's why they went no sale. But I saw this unit, and it was just stacks of boxes. And I was just like, why did this unit not sell? I couldn't figure it out. And I looked, and there was a couple of pieces of furniture, but I saw a bunch of boxes. Yeah, you have to have the Pro Bidder Max or higher, which is the second paid membership tier. There are 4 tiers of membership, and the second paid, you have the free, which is basic, Pro Bidder Max, and Pro Bidder Business. We're the Pro Bidder Max level, and at the Pro Bidder Max level and up, you get free offers on units. You also get what they call second chance offers. If somebody outbids you on a unit and then they don't pick up the unit, they come back and they'll offer you the unit for the same price it sold for. And then sometimes you even can negotiate and say, no, this was my max bid that I was willing to go on the unit, and they'll sell it to you for that. The facilities have the option to do that or not. But the facilities, okay. But so we picked up this free offer. We went to the facility, and when I got to the facility yesterday morning, they said, well, we have 2 units we didn't even put up there because they look like mostly trash. If you want to just look through the units, you don't have to put a deposit. You don't have to clean out the units. But if there's anything you want in those units, you can have it. So I went and picked those 2 free units. I probably got about $200 or $300 worth of stuff out of the 2 units that I picked. And I left all the trash. I didn't even have to clean them out. That was awesome. And then we went to the unit that we bought or that we got on the clean out offer.
Oh, don't even.
It was a 10 by 15 unit. We thought it was a lot of boxes. It wound up there's only about 15 or 20 boxes in the entire unit. It was mostly furniture and big, heavy stuff. So it's not going to be whatnot stuff, but we got some good stuff out of the unit. We got a bed frame that we think we're going to be able to sell locally. We got some furniture and stuff. There's a bunch of trash. We found a pool table, pieces to a pool table, but not the whole pool table.
I know.
We also found a case of pool balls. We might run those on whatnot. Would probably flat rate them because they're super heavy. They're literally like 20 pounds. But we got a set of pool balls. We have a couple of pool cues. We might sell those on whatnot. And you know, I don't know anything about pool cues. I kind of know it was a pool balls and pool table because I know what they look like. But as far as like brands and stuff, I'm not into pool like that, so I don't really know what's the good brands or if they are good or not. But we're gonna run them if anybody wants them. We'll probably start them for $1, and then we're gonna do a live unboxing. Get somebody off of here. I can't.
Pyro.
That's on YouTube. I can't do anything on YouTube from whatnot.
What do I do to this person?
You can highlight them. Hold on, Jessica's having a problem on YouTube. Select them. Put in hide user on this channel. There we go. Sorry, Jessica's learning how to moderate on YouTube as well as here, so she doesn't know how to do all the stuff, especially from the phone. So
thank you, Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf said, "Hey, Papa Smurf, I hope you saw my message. I have not looked yet. We just got home from the storage unit. I will go look at your shipping and see what's going on because you should have received that. We shipped it a long time ago. So that's one of our YouTube followers. But we got this unit for free, so it was worth it. We got to the back of the unit. We started cleaning out, pulling stuff out, kind of seeing what we got. We got to the back of the unit, pulled out a bunch of the boxes, and there's these platforms. At first, I thought it was like a stage platform, but it wound up being like cubicle platforms, like panels for building cubicles in an office. I don't know, weird stuff throughout the whole unit. But underneath those was a couch that was covered up, so you couldn't see it. It was a $2,000 couch, guys. It was a leather couch. It's got electrical stuff in it. I mean, this is an expensive couch. And it's going in my living room. It's replacing this one that I'm sitting on right now. Got to the back wall. That was on the side. And they got to the back wall. There's a second couch. And it's got the recliners and drink holders. These are not cheap couches. These are fancy couches. And they going in my living room. So that alone was worth the time and the expense that we had. But those things were heavy. It took us, those were the hardest thing to load we've ever loaded on. And we had to rent a U-Haul truck to get everything out of there. But we've got a ton of product. We got boxes. We have no idea what's in them. We did find some aquariums. We found 5, 6, 7 vacuum cleaners. 7 vacuum cleaners. Well, okay, a bunch of vacuum cleaners, and there was a couple of them that were like shampoo cleaner things. So, when new comment?
I've kept an eye out. I haven't seen anything on it. Oh. Just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, will do.
So yeah, it was a great unit. It's not one that we normally would have bid on, but I was shocked that this unit went no sale. I think it was at least a $200 to $300 unit based on other units we bought that were similar to that one. Since we're buying more for whatnot, we really didn't want all the furniture, And we thought it was a bunch of boxes, honestly. We only saw 1 or 2 pieces of furniture from the photos they sent us. I thought it was mostly going to be boxes, which is why I took it, because I'm looking for inventory for Whatnot right now. Honestly, I mean, I love YouTube, and I'm going back and forth between YouTube and Whatnot still. But I honestly am doing better on Whatnot than I've ever done on YouTube. There was no mattress.
Yeah,
There was a
no
bed
mattress.
frame. There was a headboard and the footboard and the whole bed frame, which I can sell, but there was no mattresses. Because I actually had 2 other free offers that I turned down because of the mattresses. There was some good stuff in those too, but I didn't want to deal with the mattresses. So, yeah, I don't like dealing with mattresses. I bought 2 units with mattresses ever, and they wound up being good mattresses that were still wrapped in the original packaging, and so I could resell them. Used mattresses I won't sell, but those were like literally brand new. They still have the factory plastic on them. So for those, I was willing to buy them, and I wound up selling those.
What are we selling?
Washer and dryer. It had no clue because they were covered. I wouldn't have bid. Yeah, we get people. I've got like 5 or 6 people asking me for washers and dryers though right now.
Yeah.
So I usually don't bid on washer dryer units. But I've actually looked at a few lately because I've got people asking for them, so I know they'd be sold almost as soon as I got them. Usually I stay away from couches, I stay away from mattresses, and I stay away from washers and dryers and appliances. Refrigerators. Guys, I have never bought a unit with a refrigerator yet, but I have seen other people buy refrigerators in a unit, and then they open the refrigerator and it's full of food. The drums can be converted to fire pits. That's awesome. Yeah, hey, if somebody wants to do that, fine. I don't care. I don't want to mess with it. I'm too busy cleaning out units and selling stuff to mess with all that. And I've got a million honeydews around my own house that ain't getting done.
Oh boy, juicy.
So, I mean, that's part of why we're just kind of backing off for the next couple of weeks, because the next couple of weeks I've got to get some work around the house done that hasn't been getting done because I've been going so hard on Whatnot. And I've got to get caught up on organization. I've got to get myself cleaned up and organized in my workroom. I've been on Whatnot since about the middle of June. So about a little over 3 months, or right around 3 months. I've been on Whatnot off and on for over a year, but I've been selling for about 3 months. Um, so, but I've been doing storage units and reselling since 2018. We started about the end of 18. Hey, and that's fine. Hey, South Texas. So, the best thing I can say is just start. And here's the thing, low expectations, guys. Our first month and a half on Whatnot cost us more than we made between shipping. Yeah, Whatnot gets mom in trouble. Hey, Red Dirt, hey, mom. Hey, there's your grandson.
Doesn't get me in trouble.
Come here. Come here.
Gets James in trouble.
Hey, what are you doing, goofball? He just ran past me. Go say hi, Grandma. Hello, Grandma. She can see you. Say hi.
I said, no, James. He won't let me talk.
Hi. She's watching.
I didn't see you, Jesse.
There's a delay.
Oh, okay. There he is.
You're on YouTube.
Yes,
hi, baby. Yeah, I know. Hope y'all are doing okay. Hope things are getting better over there. But yeah, we're just hanging out chatting. This is our Sunday fun day. We usually do these in the morning, but we decided to do it in the evening because we just got home from the storage unit. But in fact, I hadn't even emptied the truck, y'all. We just got home from the unit. It was getting dark when we got home. We got home. I was supposed to do this even. I rescheduled it for 7:30, and we were still headed home at 7:30. So I had to delay it even further to do it. But we got the unit cleaned out. I got till 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning to get the truck emptied and get it turned back in. So, but there was a ton of stuff. We got the really nice couches. We're keeping those. Those are going to go into our living room. We've got a bunch of furniture that we're going to list on Facebook Marketplace. I've got out of the other units, I got a whole bunch of DVDs and movies that I found.
Boy.
Some glassware that I think is some really nice glassware.
He also got some gift cards?
A bunch of gift cards, some ephemera stuff.
Not gift cards.
Yeah. Not gift cards. Greeting cards. Greeting cards. A whole bin full of brand new unused greeting cards.
Any of them vintage greeting cards?
I don't know. I didn't even look through them.
Ooh,
they're still sitting in the.
I love vintage.
I haven't even looked at them yet. I just grabbed them and I'll go through them later.
I'm sure James.
We'll probably go through them on a live. And so we got tons of greeting cards. Now, I do go through the greeting cards because if there's any thank you cards, I keep those. That's actually what I send out in my thank you cards when people gift the chat and when people buy, when we do giveaways and we do gift card giveaways. The thank you cards are what I use for my card mails. But other than that,
that'd be cool.
We run them. You know, we'll have holiday cards, whatever we got, we'll run the rest of those. And then we also have, because I don't do greeting cards. Honestly, I've never gotten into doing greeting cards. I know a lot of people love them. I get them all the time, but I never give them out.
They go in file 13, unless they're cute.
Bye, Treasure Utopia. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great night.
Then I follow them in 13. And,
yeah, they go file 13.
Unless I like them.
But I've started finding that people buy greeting cards on whatnot that are even filled out and have the people's names and stuff on them. I don't know. I thought that was weird. I never ran them before because I didn't think people would want somebody's used greeting card.
No, because they can be interesting. Have you ever opened them up and read them?
But I also saw somebody.
I'm just saying.
I keep watching shows. I watched probably 5 shows in the last week selling stacks of prison letters. 2 of them were from Texas. And I was sitting here waiting for them to say that some of those letters came from the facility that I worked at. Because it might have been somebody that I knew.
I'm starting to get more and more handwritten notes and letters that I haven't done in a long time.
Yeah. Junk journals. Yeah, I'm seeing junk journals. And this is funny. I've had some junk journals, and I've tried to run them, and we got no bids. But I've seen other people selling them. So I'm going to keep running them. You just never know, too. I've had stuff that I run. One day, I run it 5 times. No interest. And then I run it that 6th or 7th time, and we get a bidding war. It just depends on who showed up that day. So, people use used cards. I know some people use them in junk journals. I've seen people selling junk journals. Other people's junk journals. I saw somebody just yesterday sell a whole stack of somebody's private diaries. And some of those diaries entries were a little bit spicy. Somebody bought them. I said somebody's snooping through somebody's personal journal.
It can be pretty spicy in there. Oh, like John.
People get spicy
John
when they write in their own private journals that they don't think anybody's ever going to read. And especially if they don't think anybody's ever going to read it online where everybody in the world can see it.
Well, who cares as long as you just kind of switch the names up.
Yeah.
Be smart about it. Switch those names up.
I would. I've never sold that kind of stuff because I try to think about both sides, you know. I as much as I know the buyers and I try to do what I can for the buyers. At the same time, I try to respect the privacy of the people that own this stuff. And they have personal details in there that they may not want out there for the world. I try to respect them. Even though we're dealing with their stuff, they couldn't pay their bills, whatever. You know, and I feel bad for that sometimes. But at the same time, I try to respect the previous owners of this stuff and not sell their private info. But that's me. That's me personally. Usually that kind of stuff is the kind of stuff we give back to the facility to give it back to the family. But, you know, people are going to do whatever they want to do.
He's trashed them.
I've trashed them.
Because they don't.
Sometimes the facilities don't take stuff back. Sometimes the facilities tell us flat out that the families don't want anything to do with their stuff. Sometimes even military stuff. We had a unit just a few weeks ago that we had a bunch of military medals. There was nobody to give them back to. We had another unit just a week or so ago that we found a bunch of military medals, and we gave them to the facility. They were going to give them back to the family. Usually, if I find military stuff, I return that to the family. Dog tags, military medals, their military pictures, that kind of stuff. But if they tell us there's nobody to return it to, or that the family doesn't want anything to do with their stuff, it's up for sale because I don't have any use for it. And I know people like to collect it. I know a lot of people buy that kind of stuff. We sold it. Every time I've ever sold it, it's sold.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people want that kind of stuff. But I do try to respect people. If it was me, I look at it like if it was me and my family, because I've lost stuff in a storage unit, guys. My ex-wife, when we got divorced, it wasn't me. My ex-wife, when we got divorced, had put a bunch of my stuff in a storage unit. And there was some of her personal stuff in there, too. But she had put a bunch of my stuff in a storage unit for me to come back and get someday. And then I never made it back there, and she quit paying the bills and lost the storage. It had a bunch of my Eagle Scout stuff. Not all of my Eagle Scout stuff, but it had a bunch of my Eagle Scout stuff when I got my Eagle Scout rank. That was honestly the only stuff in there that I felt bad about losing. Had some of my clothes and some other stuff too that I didn't care about. But so I always question, you know, if it was my stuff, what would I want done with it? If it was me and I lost that stuff, when I lost my stuff, I wish that they had returned that stuff to me.
Care. I mean,
some people don't care, and I don't have a deep personal attachment to stuff for the most part. There's a few things, like if it was stuff of my family's. Now, when I left my ex-wife, I took everything that was my family's.
Or you tried to.
I got everything that was the family's.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get all my stuff, but I made sure I got the family stuff, the heirlooms, the stuff that was passed down from my great-grandparents. I got that stuff out of the house immediately. That was the first things I loaded. But I didn't care about my personal stuff. I don't really get deep personal attachment. I knew my family would kill me if I lost that stuff. So I made sure I got that stuff out of there. But I don't really have a deep personal attachment to stuff. My hoarding of stuff tends to be just getting so busy doing everything else that I don't get time to get rid of stuff when I need to. I honestly, if it was just up to me, I would go through everything in my house once a year, and if I haven't used it in a year or more, I'd get rid of it. Every single thing. I don't care what it is. If I'm not using it, I don't need it. It's just taking up space.
I believe in that. Our living room tends to
I would if I had the time to do it.
I'm just saying, our living room.
I've done it before. Before we were together, if I didn't use something in a year, I got rid of it. But I also didn't have that much stuff.
I have no idea about that.
Well, we collect a lot of stuff from storage units. We got a house full of junk now. And I would go through our house and get through probably 75-80% of the stuff in our house. I just don't have the time to do it because I'm so busy trying to do everything else.
My house is my first priority, please. Then the storage units.
No.
Yes.
Oh. Noise canceling headphones. Not right now, but I have a ton of boxes. Guys, I got a 10x15 storage unit that we rent. It's packed right now. And most of it is stuff I've not unboxed yet. And that's not including the stuff I picked up today.
Yeah.
So I've got a ton of stuff of unboxing.
Hey,
so there's no
today,
noise canceling today, okay, but there might be in the future.
Today was a Sunday fun day.
Today was a Sunday. It was a fun day to a degree.
You know what? The only thing that made it worth anything for me, it was actually being actually able to be with you. That was
Yeah, Jessica went with me to the stores today. She did help.
I was.
She helped a little bit. I did about 90% of the loading, and she helped with about 10% of the work.
Yeah, accidentally.
But that's normal.
I thought I was going to faint out there, man.
It was hot,
It
guys.
was hot.
I mean, it was like 96, 97 degrees. There was high humidity.
Sugars dropped.
Her sugars, she's diabetic, and her sugars were dropping. But we only Marshall consignment. We were working hard, and that couch wiped us both out.
Oh man, that couch was
the couch was the first thing we loaded onto the truck.
If we
had to move a bunch of stuff
I
out.
probably would have been fine.
But that truck, that couch, I swear that couch weighs 400 or 500 pounds. And we used the dolly, and it was still the hardest thing that we've ever loaded.
It didn't even take us that long to load everything else. Everything else was like bam, 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 bam.
And I've moved couches. I've moved couches by myself with no help and no problem. This thing has electronics in it and steel frames, and that thing was the heaviest.
That heaviest drinks right there.
But that couch was the heaviest thing I've ever loaded.
I love that couch.
At 5 years of doing storage units, that's the heaviest thing I've ever loaded onto a truck.
That couch was nice.
It's a really, really nice couch.
It is.
But it's a pain in the butt to move and load and unload. And I still got to unload it to move it into my house.
Don't remind me. We're not. Oh, the couch we are.
So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. First thing tomorrow, I got to unload the truck. I got to get that truck unloaded by 11:30 tomorrow morning and turn it back in.
So someone's going to be waking up early.
So I'm going to be up early tomorrow morning, cleaning out the truck, getting it emptied out. We got a bunch of trash. We got a bunch of particle board shelving units that are in pieces. Don't even have all the hardware to put them back together. So we're probably going to have to trash a bunch of that. We got about 20, 25 boxes of stuff to do a live unboxing. We're going to be going through those boxes on Tuesday. So make sure y'all bookmark Tuesday morning show so we can see what we got in the boxes. I have no idea.
What time Tuesday?
It's scheduled for 8:30 Tuesday morning.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's scheduled for. Hopefully we'll be on schedule this week.
Hopefully.
Part of that depends on Emily, how she's doing in the morning. You know, our nurses usually come in around 8:30, 9 o'clock, if we have a nurse that day. I don't even know if we have a nurse that day.
We do.
We do. But I've also got a lot of work that's got to get done between now and then.
Boy, howdy do.
Because I got a lot of shipping to do still. I've still got catch up to do. I've got stuff to pack up in my room and get out of the way so that I can bring the boxes in so I can do a live unboxing show. So he can make my living room
look a lot better.
That's not all going to happen before Tuesday. I guarantee you. The living room's going to be
up. Can go to the storage room, right?
I don't have time.
Well, if you're going to the storage room already.
I have a full truck to unload already. You're trying to add more work when I'm already overloaded.
Yeah, I do. And I know how much work it is.
I've already got a plan. I've already told you the plan. We're going to follow the plan.
It sucked. I feel sorry for you, James.
I still got to unload that sucker.
Because he's probably going to do it partly by himself tomorrow.
I'm going to,
at first.
The thing is that a lot of the stuff in the truck is not that heavy. It's not going to take me that long to unload. Loading it is always harder than unloading it.
It's the heavy stuff.
The heaviest stuff, though, is the couches. And that'll be the last thing off. They were the first thing on the truck. They'll be the last thing off the truck.
Oh, my gosh. Don't even remind me of those stupid boxes.
But I'm not going to burn myself out with the couches.
I know.
Before I go and load and unload out the other stuff. It's always that way for me anyway. I always think that the hardest part is getting it all loaded. Once I get to unloading it usually is pretty easy. And part of it too is I was out there in the heat, and we got there because we dumbasses with one bottle of Gatorade for 2 people.
Well, actually, I had something to drink beforehand, but it's a good thing.
Well, yeah, but by the time we got there, we had one bottle
Gatorade,
to split between the two of us.
Going to bring it. I found it inside the car, and I just grabbed it. Something told me.
Yeah, I had a couple of bottles of Gatorade in the car.
James was going to leave it behind because he had cough feet, but I.
Hey guys, thank y'all for joining us.
Something told me, get in there.
We're just doing a hangout and chat today, guys. We hang out and chat every Sunday.
Woo, giveaway! Look at that.
Well, that was our giveaway. We're going to do another giveaway. Let's run number 2. Got another one.
Giveaway number 2.
L'Oreal Paris bag. We're going to load it up with samples and send it out. We just gave away one. We'll give away a second one. Happy to have. Hello.
And subscribe, follow, join us.
Y'all give us a follow, join, get in that giveaway.
Share as much as possible.
We got tons of stuff coming up. Like I said, we got live unboxing of the stuff we just pulled out of the unit. And guys, the furniture and all the nice stuff that we loaded today, there was some nice, expensive stuff. So I'm hoping the boxes are going to be full of nice, expensive stuff as well.
I'm surprised that it didn't get bid on, to be honest with you.
I was shocked, guys. This was, I mean, the couches alone were probably $2,000 each.
Yeah.
$1,500 to $2,000 couches.
That's not
including
the 2
there
coffee
was
machines.
The clocks there were clocks that were just thrown in there. There were expensive clocks. They weren't cheapo clocks. There were, I mean,
partitions for
cubicles.
Like
a business. I don't know. It was just random stuff. A pool table.
Keyboards.
Pieces to a pool table. Here's the thing. We had the pockets. We had the railing. We have the little triangles for racking up the balls. We have a cue stand. The one thing we don't have is the pool table tabletop. The most important part of a pool table. The table itself. We don't have. They
destroyed the tabletop.
But we have all the pieces that go with the tabletop without the table.
I mean, who does that? I've never known them to they took the whole freaking pool table apart. Like they took apart the pool table. I was just like, what?
It didn't have the pool table. I don't know.
I've never seen that weird before.
But it was a really nice pool table because I'm sitting here looking. I was thinking I was going to just scrap the railings. But I'm looking at the railings. The railings are mahogany. The railings that go around is solid mahogany wood. I know because I'm a woodworker. And I know my wood. And I took a look at it. It's like, holy crap, that's mahogany. I'm going to take those apart and make something out of them.
Yeah, he's very good. Look what he made me. Oh, wait. I can't reach it. It's up there.
I made that.
He made that up there. See me pointing?
Yep.
My husband
I'm showing it.
My husband made that.
I made that cross. I make those.
He used to be a woodworker.
I made a whole bunch of those for Christmas presents one year for a lot of people.
He used to do woodwork.
Different styles of crosses, but yeah, I mean, I worked in a cabinet shop for 12 years. I started learning how to build furniture. I started doing little small, projects like that. So when I get things like the mahogany and I get some nice woods out of it, I find in units. We found 4 pallets in there. 2 of the pallets are made out of red oak. One of them was made out of a mixture of pine, mahogany, and cherry, and the other one's all pine. And I'm gonna take those pallets apart and make some stuff out of those.
Those vintage dressers.
Dressers, I can fix dressers. That's one of the things. When I find furniture that's broken, I got the skills to fix it.
But don't assume the dressers are made out of poplar or pine.
My great grandparents had a dresser set, and it was painted.
This one
and I assumed it was poplar or pine, some kind of a cheap wood.
I didn't think so.
I started trying to refinish it because we decided to give it to Emily. But the paint was all messed up and it was old and dirty.
He was gonna paint
so I started sanding it down. And underneath the paper was beautiful maple. It was gorgeous, and I mean, it's got the waves. It's a gorgeous piece of maple. So I wound up sanding them all the way down.
Why do people do that?
And it was all maple furniture that was painted over.
So then he comes back to me because our plan was to
being kind of a woodworking snob to a degree. I'm like, why would you paint gorgeous maple? Why would you paint oak furniture? You don't paint it. You stain it. You see that you want to paint it? Use pine.
But
use some cheap wood.
We had an idea of what we wanted to do with it. He had to come back to his wife and say,
y'all getting that giveaway. 20 seconds left. I know that's the thing, but I think it's ridiculous.
It was beautiful. I would never have painted that.
Beautiful.
He came back and he asked me, and I said no. It was so gorgeous.
Ooh, no.
It was
and
like
it's a beautiful golden color now. It's so gorgeous.
And it is gorgeous.
I did paint the handles because it's for Emily. I painted the handles pink. Yeah, ice cold. You win the giveaway. This is just a bag, but we're going to fill the bag up with L'Oreal samples. There's some men's samples, women's samples, a little bit of everything that we've got. Like I said, we've got 20 cases of samples. There's about five or six different types of samples we have, but 20 cases of them. So we're going to be giving away samples for a while. We've also got something to buy it now. We've been giving away free samples with every order.
Boy, howdy.
We're going to be giving away samples for a long time. We can't get rid of them fast enough. But if anybody wants any samples, like by the caseload, let me know, and we'll work something out. But I'm not paying shipping on those. Because those things are heavy. And they won't fit in a flat rate box. But we'll work something out. If anybody wants it, just message me. I'll work on the caseload if somebody wants a whole case. It's different. I don't have them right here. They're in the other room, and they're kind of buried at the moment. But it's all kinds of... do we have one of the sample bags we already did? Hold on. Let me see if I've got a couple of samples here. So we've got... These are just a few of them. These aren't even all of them. So we've got little sample packs of the Revive. And... this little thing, it looks like coffee kind of something. Coffee scrub. And that's all the samples I have in this pouch. But we got like 5 different types of samples. But that's what I mean. When I say samples, this is what I'm talking about. They're little packets like this. And we have another one that's a Revive, but it's a red pack instead of a gold pack. I don't know what they are. But we're doing samples of all these different things. Some of them are lotions or different skincare products that L'Oreal puts out. And it's just sample packs. The lady that owned that unit was a L'Oreal dealer. And so it was an all product. And we know she's been in there based on some other stuff that we found. It's been about 8 to 10 weeks since she's been in that unit.
Right.
So it's not old product. It's fairly new product. And it was all business. And one of the things, we talked to a facility manager at that facility, and he said about 90% of their customers are businesses. So anytime they have units up for sale, there's a good chance that it's a business unit, not a personal unit. So we've got that facility bookmarked. We may find more product. They've got they've got 5 units going up for auction next week.
Yep, we're not
so I'm not bidding on any right now. We've already agreed we're not buying any more units, but they got 4 units going up.
We're not getting 3 units either.
Going up. I'm not doing any more units right now until I get organized and get cleaned out. Like I said, I got a 10 by 15 that's packed right now. I've got to get through some of that stuff. I've got to get everything organized. I've got tons of furniture now. I got a unit and a half full of furniture because we had a bunch of furniture we already had that we hadn't even gotten anything done with, and now we just got a whole bunch more. So I'm going to be listing furniture for a while, trying to get rid of some of the furniture I've got. We got some cool pieces. This is just one of the pieces, guys. This right here. Let me see if I can get this out so we can see it.
Vintage.
This is an old vintage.
Hey, maybe we should send that down and see what it looks like.
Well, that's look at this. It's a magazine rack. It's an old vintage magazine rack. Oh, yeah, it's kind of dark in here. I don't have good lighting in here.
On YouTube.
Yeah. But that's a beautiful piece. It's hard to see. The lighting in here sucks. But it looks like the original color when you do that. But that's the kind of stuff that we're finding too. That is a really nice piece. Oh, artwork. I found these pictures.
What happened to the picture?
It just fell out of the back of the frame. I have to put it back in the frame. But look at that. That's a gorgeous piece. So, yeah, we're finding pictures. We're finding artwork. We're finding all this kind of stuff. That's the unit that came out of the unit we cleaned out today. But any cards like Pokemon, basketball, or anything like that? Well, not today. We're not selling. We're just chatting. But bookmark our upcoming shows. We're doing a live unboxing of the unit that we just cleaned out. I'm just showing off pieces that was stuff we found in the unit out in the open. We have not opened any of the boxes yet.
No, we have not.
We're saving those for the live unboxing show. I have no idea what's in the boxes. There was a couple of boxes that, of course, not every box is taped up and sealed, so we can kind of see what's on top. But
that's how we know there were.
I don't know. I mean, there could be games. There are some kids stuff in there. There's some younger people stuff in there. We did find some Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse stuff out in the unit. So there could be Pokemon cards. There could be PlayStation games. There could be video games. I don't know. I have no idea what's in the boxes. We're going to be going through it live on Tuesday morning. Y'all will see it at the same time we see it. I've also got a 10 by 20 or 10 by 15 unit that's packed. Most of that is stuff that we have not unboxed yet. And we did find a PlayStation 2 in that unit. We did find an Xbox in that unit. We haven't found the games yet. So we've got some of that stuff coming up. We may find some as we go through the unboxing. We may not. I've had times we found the systems and no games. I've had times we found games and no system. And I've found times where we found games that went with different systems than what we had the systems for. It's always weird. We never know what we're going to find in a storage unit. But most of our Tuesday shows are live unboxing shows. We do some preset shows. We're going to be doing some more preset shows where we kind of set up the tables and run stuff. I'm doing those because I got to practice. We did a raid train for those of y'all that weren't here. We did the Corey made me do it $1 RTS raid train 2 weeks ago. It was a good day for us. We did a good day for us based on the size we were at the time.
Yeah, but we didn't get to bring in half.
But we didn't run half of what we had to show because we had some bottlenecks. We had a 1 hour show to run, and we didn't have enough time to run half of what we had set up because we ran out of time. And a lot of it was bottlenecks in our system and in our workflow that slowed us down from showing stuff. We did great too. We sold all but like 4 items that we showed. So it was a great showing for us. It was one of our biggest days we've ever had on Whatnot. But we got to get a better system in place for doing raid trains. So we're going to be doing some practice shows so we can practice raid train shows and practice those kind of preset shows. Not today, John. Today we're just doing a live chat. We're going to be going off actually here in just a few minutes probably because we've been on for a little over an hour now. We do a Sunday Funday hangout and chat, get to know people, let people get to know about us.
Ask us questions, any questions you might have. We're here for y'all.
If anybody, I'm just rambling, guys. If y'all have any questions, fill it up in the chat. You want to know about us.
We want to let you know how much we appreciate everybody.
Oh yeah,
we have so much respect for all of y'all, and we want to thank you for supporting our channel. And I just want you to know how grateful we are for y'all.
Hope y'all can hear Jessica. She's talking to everybody. We appreciate everybody, guys. If y'all were at the giveaway raid train this weekend, I didn't even mention this, and I need to.
Yes,
guys. When we were at, if y'all don't follow Double D Treasure Barn, y'all need to go follow Double D Treasure Barn. In fact, I'm gonna do an announcement and pin him down there.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll look at. I can't look at it right now. I don't know what you're trying to show me, but I can't. Well, I'll look at it in a little bit when I'm not on a live.
All right.
Okay, there we go, guys. If y'all aren't already following, oh, I didn't tag him. I'm trying to learn how to do
when
this,
he
guys.
gets kind of when James gets kind of disappointed, he goes.
Follow.
Y'all need to know that about James real fast because you might hear him do that in the middle of the storage unit. Yeah. He goes, bleh.
I make all kinds of sound effects, y'all. I make up my own. There we go. Now it's tagged. Now he's going to tag and say, what are you talking about? Okay, guys. So, we did the giveaway raid train with Storage Madness this weekend, for those of y'all that didn't know. Hi. And when we went in the raid, we were following along with the raid after our show. While we were on, we were talking about some of the challenges that we've had with Emily. For those of y'all that are new here, we have a disabled daughter. She has cerebral palsy. She was born with a brain malformation. So, and I haven't talked a whole lot about her because I don't want it. I'm not here for a pity show. I'm not here to get sympathy. But at the same time, I want people to understand sometimes when we disappear, this is why. And because we're taking care of things with her. And for the most part, our life is okay. But we've had times where we spend days, weeks, months in the hospital with her. And so we don't show up and sell because we're busy with her. So we were explaining some of that during the raid train. And I haven't really talked to her very much. So like 2-3 shows after us is Double D Treasure Barn. And Doug is somebody we've met and I've come to love and respect a lot through following him and meeting him through whatnot. When we raided into his show, he announced that he was shutting up my channel the whole time, but he also was donating all tips to my family to help us out with medical expenses for our daughter. We didn't ask for it. We never said anything about asking or needing help with any of that. But he matched everybody's tips personally. Everybody that tipped, they donated. Oh, it was just a little over $450 to my family for helping cover my daughter's medical expenses, medical trips. And we were just speechless. We were floored by the support of the community. Doug even doing that. And then he matched it. And then we talked to him for about 30-45 minutes right after. Amazing guy. If y'all don't follow Double D, go follow Double D. Hi. But guys, that touched my family. We did not ask for that. We did not expect that at all. And then the outpouring of love from the community when he announced that was just flooring to us. Because we're not doing this for sympathy. We don't talk about her for sympathy. We just try to kind of let people know, hey, we are dealing with stuff. So,
and if you see
if we disappear, that's why. It's not anything personal. Don't get mad at us. And I'll still try to check in. You know, I have my tablet now. I just got a tablet last week for the business. That's how we're multi-streaming to YouTube. I'm on the tablet right now.
YouTube people.
And hi, YouTube peoples. I love y'all. Even though y'all don't see me over there as much because I've been really, really busy since the car wreck. But I have been floored by this community. Here, the community on YouTube, to the communities of people that we have met in reselling are some of the most amazing people I've met. Anytime somebody has a real need, the communities seem to just come out. I've seen it here. I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it on TikTok. The reselling community comes out in droves when people need help. And I have never seen that in any other community I've ever been a part of. And people just come together and help each other. And we try to do what we can to help other people when we can. We try to help other people however we can. That's why we do seller support. And, you know, a lot of this show is if people have questions as a seller, we answer questions as sellers. I'm kind of new on whatnot, but I've made a lot of mistakes and learned a lot of things from it.
Oh boy, has he.
But at the same time, I've been reselling for over 5 years. And I've learned a lot about the reselling business in that 5 years. I've got a pretty good mind. I've been studying business for almost 20 years. So I've got a pretty good business mindset.
But he always has room for
and there's a lot of stuff. We all have room for improvement. I'm constantly trying to get better.
Yeah.
But if people have questions about the business side, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into this business that nobody on this app is talking about. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody really ever talks about. We talk about what happens during the shows. We talk about sourcing. We talk about selling. But guys, sourcing and selling is just about half of the work that goes into this business. And that's a lot of work doing those parts.
And that's not even putting in
there's a lot
family,
to learn there, but there's a lot of things that go into the business that I've seen people getting into trouble because they start selling stuff and they don't do their taxes right. I've seen people lose their business because they start selling stuff and they pocket everything that they make and they don't put money back into their business. There's budgeting and finance, and there's all kinds of things in running this business that you've got to learn. And so if anybody has any questions, ask away. I don't have all the answers, but I answer everything I can to the best of my ability. And if I don't know, I will tell you I don't know, or I will tell you this is what I would do in that situation, but I'm not an expert. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a tax advisor, but I've learned a lot. And a lot of it's learning your laws in your state. I've seen a lot of people, not so much on Whatnot, because Whatnot takes care of it for us. That's one thing. We don't have to worry about sales tax. But there's a lot of people selling on YouTube that should be selling sales tax because of charging sales tax on their auctions, and they're not. And it's all about understanding the laws in your state.
I'll be right back.
I've seen a lot of people that are doing a lot of things that are actually not legal here on Whatnot. I've seen it happening on YouTube. I've seen it happen on eBay. And people then get caught and they lose their business, and they call the business model a scam because they broke the rules, because they didn't educate themselves on the rules. So if you're going to get into the business, learn your state laws, learn the federal laws around doing this any kind of business. Learn how to do your taxes, or hire a tax professional you can trust to educate you on your tax liabilities in this business. Because it's expensive. We only pocket about 10 to 15% of what we sell. Most of it's going back into the business, going into taxes, and getting put aside for other things. We only pocket about 10 to 15% of what we actually sell. And most of the business people that I've talked to doing this know that. But that's something they very rarely talk about. A lot of people think, oh, you did $1,000 in sales, you made $1,000. No, I did $1,000 in sales, I probably made about $100. Because we only get about 10 to 15% of what we sell. After business expenses, Whatnot's expenses, shipping supplies, that's all business expenses. Going and cleaning out storage units. We have to buy the units. We have to pay for the gas to go get the units. We have to pay for our storage to pay for those units. It's expensive. And about 85 to 90% of what we bring in revenue goes right back into paying for the business. And then we're taking the profits, and part of that's going back into the business. That's how we grow the business, is by reinvesting part of the profits back into the business. So yeah, 10%. We 10% isn't our profit margin, but 10% is what we actually pocket, because we're putting money, part of the profits, back into the business every time. And our margins are pretty good, but selling a Whatnot, we're selling stuff for maybe 5 to 10% of what it's worth, and I don't mind. Because my thing is volume. We're going to sell a lot of stuff at 5 to 10% of what it's worth. And that's how we make money. Because we're buying it that way. We're buying in bulk when we buy a storage unit. And we're selling it off quickly and then going and getting some more stuff. And that's just part of the business model. But, we're here to make money for our family. I can't give everything away. One of the things we've learned, And this has upset some people. When we're doing like the preset shows and we control the weights and the sizes of stuff that we're selling, we'll probably do reduced shipping. But for most of our live unboxing shows, we're not doing reduced shipping. And the reason why is because we don't have as much control over the items that we're selling and the sizes and the weights. And we lost money on our reduced shipping live unboxing shows. One, starting things at $1 or $2 starts, and then selling for stuff for $1 or $2, and then spending $8 to ship it out of our pocket. So we lost money doing that. And that's not counting shipping supplies. You got to think about it. If I put something that's fragile, we're going to bubble wrap it. That bubble wrap costs me money. We're going to put paper in there. It's going to go in a box. That box gets taped. That all costs money. That's money out of our pocket. And I don't mind spending that money. But I do have a problem with, spending more on that stuff than what we made. And I've had that. So, it's not trying to be mean. It's about making good business decisions for our business. So we turned off reduced shipping. We're still doing low dollar starts. We're starting most items at I think $3 to $5 is about our max for most items. We do have some stuff. And by the way, we got gold and silver. We have it tested now. And so we're going to be running some gold and silver in some of our upcoming shows. We got a whole bunch of jewelry out of one of the units. And we're still unboxing that unit, so we might find more.
Yeah. Every time we take
a lot of that 10 by 15, about 75% of the stuff in that 10 by 15 unit I was talking about came out of one unit.
James,
we got
say
a 10
hi
by 20.
to Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
James
Aaron Smith. Oh my God, I haven't seen that name in a long time. Well, I saw him at Robin's Memorial, but I haven't seen him except that in a long time. Love you, James.
No.
James Aaron Smith is one of our friends on YouTube. He's watching over on YouTube, and he's one of our I have two moderators that were my very first two moderators on YouTube. James Aaron Smith and Mama G, who's here on Whatnot as well.
She says, hi, I'm off work on sick leave. Legs have been acting up again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, James. But him and Mama G were my first two mods on my YouTube channel. They're both still mods on my YouTube channel. I just don't see them very often.
I needed a mob, but earlier Papa Smurf came in and knocked him out, James. Just so you know.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're doing, though, is we're trying to get more organized. We're trying to get some systems and processes in place. I have had twice now. I had this happen again last week, and I'm really pissed off at myself about this. If the people that know, and I'm dealing with the people it happened with. I had shipping labels switched between boxes, and I have no idea because I had customers get the wrong product. In 5 years, it's happened twice, and it's happened and both times have been on Whatnot. And I'm pissed off at myself for that happening because I tried to even change how I did the shipping to keep it from happening again, and it happened again. So I'm trying to figure out. That's part of my cleaning, my organization. I've got to get myself organized so that I can have a smoother flow of my shipping. One, to get it done faster, because I shouldn't take a week to ship a big show. I had a big show last week, hugest show that we've ever done. In one day, we sold, and I know for some people it's like nothing, but for me, it was the biggest day we've ever had. We've done over $1,000 in sales in one day. And I'm still trying to get all that stuff packed and shipped. Over 100 items sold in that show, and I'm still trying to get it all packed and shipped. Part of it though is not like, oh, I've been 24/7 doing shipping either. I've had 100 distractions, personal stuff that I couldn't do anything about, having to go clean out units, because that was the thing is when we did the shows, we weren't even done cleaning out the unit yet. One of the shows was live at the unit when we walked in. So we had to go back and finish cleaning out the unit, and then we had, and I was still working on shipping when I got home. I've worked on shipping every single day, by the way. And then I had other stuff, and we had some days
Yeah,
without
he's gonna
nurses,
after this. He's
and I
gonna
had to
go
take care
do
of
some more
Emily.
shipping.
I had to go get this when I get off of this live stream. I'm going to do some more shipping tonight. I've got to go unload the truck tomorrow. We're going to do some more shipping after that truck's unloaded. And because once that truck's unloaded, my number one priority is getting that shipping all caught up. But I'm working on that every day. I'm trying to figure out better systems and processes for my shipping so that never happens again. I try to take care of people. And I'm trying to do, and I don't like Whatnot's policies when something like that happens. But I'm dealing with Whatnot's policies. Everything I'm doing, all the restrictions I have on how I'm dealing with it, is Whatnot's way of dealing with it. So I got to go through their system. I got to go through their processes, and that's what I can do. But I'm trying to do what I can to make things right to the people that happened to. If it was my show, that's one of the things I like about YouTube over Whatnot. Whatnot's a lot slower, or YouTube's a lot slower. I can sell in a week what I can do in one show here on Whatnot. But on YouTube, if I have a problem, I get to say how I fix that problem. And I try to do what I can to fix those problems as best as I can. I'm not perfect. Things happen with shipping. Sometimes things have happened with the post service.
Oh, our post service is something else.
Our postal service has been a mess, y'all.
We have
I've
a
had
postal lady
scheduled
who
pickups that they
she does
refuse
not
to
like.
stop and pick it
She
up.
does not like picking it up.
Especially when I dumped 60-something, 70-something packages on her in a day.
She said, "Oh, I'll come back tomorrow." No,
she said she was gonna come back and pick it up,
no.
and she never did. And so I had stuff sitting here, and I was calling them trying to get somebody to come pick up my stuff. It's a mess. Because I don't have a truck. I don't have a big enough vehicle sometimes right now to carry all this stuff over to the post office myself. So that's why I have them do a pickup. So
depends on who's picking it up.
It depends on which postal carrier. We live in a small town. I mean, our town's like what, 1,400, 1,500 people. So we live in a small town. We're outside of Austin, but we're ways outside of Austin, and we only got like 1,400, 1,500 people in this town. So our postal service is not very big. There's not a whole lot of mail carriers, and the one that we have is doesn't like to work. She likes to sit in her seat and drive, and that's it. So
I know, right?
But it is what it is. I love our old postal man. Our old postal man is now one of the supervisors, so he's in the office most of the time. He does run the route every once in a while, but he was amazing. And he was always friendly, and he was always excited. He was great to see you grow in your business. We're glad to see that you're selling stuff. Keep it up. Just let us know when you've got stuff, and we'll pick it up for you. He was great. He was always friendly and nice. Hey, Boatman, over on YouTube. Oh.
Sorry, we got some regulars coming on.
But we have been having a fun time. We got the 10 by 15. We got a bunch of stuff coming up Tuesday.
Remember, see us on Whatnot on Tuesday.
I have another raid trade that I haven't got scheduled yet. October the 14th, we have a Gibby Goblin raid train. And then that's a Monday. And then that Saturday, we are going to be in the next Storage Madness giveaway raid train. And I'm on the list. I don't know. I think I may be an alternate on that one. For their October Halloween raid train. I put in my application to be in that one, but I'm not sure if I got in early enough. But I may be one of the alternates that steps in at the last minute when they have cancellations. So I'm trying to have a raid train set up. I also have talked to the manager and see if yeah. I've already talked to the supervisor about it, and I may escalate it from there.
About what?
But we have the upcoming raid trains, guys. We have We don't have this one set up, so we can't bookmark it yet. But we have all the way up to November. Black Friday, we are on the trash train. I know when I gave him the idea, so he let me in the train.
But Jessica may not be here. We're talking
to Sunshine Treasures. We're in a Discord group with Sunshine Treasures. And he's setting up the trash trains, and he was trying to figure out when he was going to do November's trash train. And I said, we need to do a Black Friday sale. And he said, that's a great idea. We're going to do the trash train on Black Friday. So, because it was my idea, he let me in the train. I was one of the first ones
But
invited.
I may not be here.
So,
on Black
I will
Friday.
be there on Black Friday. I think I'm at 11 o'clock in the morning, if I remember correctly.
I might be back by then.
I tried to put it later in the morning, but, because of our schedule and stuff.
Jessica likes to do Black Friday.
Because I can't go on at 8 o'clock in the morning. I usually have my hands full with Emily at that time of day. But we're going to be on Black Friday raid train, trash train.
Woohoo!
Taking out the trash on Black Friday.
All right.
Selling. We're going to be on for, I think it's an hour show. It's either an hour or an hour and a half. I think that was an hour. And we're going to run as much stuff. So I got to do some practice runs between now and Black Friday at least. So I can practice doing the Black. Thank you for the follows, Joanne Marr.
Thank you everyone for following. Please join us, follow us, share.
Range. James Smith. Thank you. South Coast Collectibles. Hey guys, thank y'all for joining us. But we got those 3 raid trains, possibly a 4th one. I've got a couple of feelers out. I got like 3 or 4 other people we're talking about. We have CTX Scavenger stickers. I got Good Morning Scavengers coming out on a sticker. I've got my logo coming out on a sticker, and I've got another one that says I'm feeling rascally, which is I have a nickname on YouTube, which is Rascally Scavenger. A friend of mine gave me that nickname about 3 years ago.
And Jessica nixed it.
Jessica nixed it as my channel name. That's when we went to CTX. But the nickname stuck. She still calls me Rascally. So I made a logo, and I'm going to put it on T-shirts, and I'm putting it on some stickers, and it says I'm feeling rascally today. And so I'm getting those made up, and once we get those in, we'll put those in the bio.
And James, it's nice to see you on Whatnot, but
Thanks
be careful.
For coming over here, but
be careful.
Whatnot can be an expensive habit.
Yes, it can. We're already getting blamed for stuff.
I told people I have to run shows just so I can pay Double D's bills.
We're getting blamed by our family members for showing them Whatnot.
Between Double D and Storage Madness and stuff, I'm just like, I gotta stop watching Whatnot because I like running shows on Whatnot, but I can't go to other people's shows too much anymore because I find so much cool stuff.
I'm glad you're still here.
It is addictive. I'm like, I gotta run shows just to pay for the stuff I'm buying. We've had a couple of days like that where we're like, hey, we had a great show today. How much did we make? Nothing. I spent it all already.
Oh, me?
Can't afford the shipping.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah. Oh, you're in Canada. So, yeah, your shipping is outrageous. I forgot you're across the border. Yeah. That's true. The shipping is... the shipping's expensive for us. But going all the way to Canada, yeah, that gets crazy. If you cross that border, you're going to pay a lot more. So, but guys, we've been on for almost an hour and a half. We're going to call it a night. We've still got a lot of work to do. I got to go get some shipping done.
Join us before Tuesday I go to bed. On Whatnot.
What area are you in, Scavenger? We are in Central Texas. We are between Austin and San Antonio.
Yes, we are.
We range Austin, San Antonio. We go. I look at all units. I haven't bought one up there yet because I just haven't found one that was worth the drive for me. But we've looked at units in Waco and Killeen and up in that area. I bought a unit in Dallas or north of Dallas.
And YouTube friends,
$40 in shipping on a $1. We used to live in San Marcos.
We used to live there.
We're about 20 minutes away from San Marcos. We used to live in San Marcos. When we bought a house, we had to move out of San Marcos because we couldn't afford housing in San Marcos. We were living in a 2-story apartment when Emily was about 3 years old, and that's when they decided to put her in a wheelchair, and we lived on a 2nd-story apartment. So we decided if we're gonna have to move, we might as well buy a house that we could modify for her, and we could do whatever we needed to. And we couldn't afford a house in San Marcos. We couldn't afford in Kyle. I used to work at the prison in Kyle. I was talking earlier about working in a prison. I used to work at the prison in Kyle. But we live in Lockhart, which is 30 minutes away. Because that's the only town where we can find a house that we can afford.
Oh, really? You lived in Austin, Texas for a while, Boatman?
Boatman. All of Emily's doctors are in Austin, except for her pediatrician. And, well, she has a few in Dallas. That's why one of the things we do, we travel to Dallas quite frequently to go to doctor's appointments. She had surgery a few months ago, and we were there for like 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. But yeah, we lived just south of Boston. We bought units when we were in Dallas. When we were up there for her last appointments, we bought a unit. Wound up being a great unit. We were up there in July, and we were doing a bunch of Christmas and July sales, and we bought a Christmas unit. And it wound up being great. It's full of a bunch of Japanese art, Japanese stuff, tons of Christmas stuff. We sold out almost all the Christmas and holiday stuff, doing some live auctions. We found a bunch of Boy Scout stuff that we sold. We still have some of the artwork. And that's one of the things with storage units. I have been collecting artwork for 5 years, and part of it's just because I just don't have a place to sell it. I've thought about doing an art show on Whatnot, but that's not going to be $1 or $2 starts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure the shipping.
He's got lots of books, lots of romancy
to ship
books.
Artwork takes a lot of shipping supplies.
He's got cookbooks, romance books.
I've got
a lot of crafting.
Part of that 10 by 15. Part of that 10 by 15 storage unit. That lady had a library of books.
Yeah, we could open up our own bookstore.
I've got 18. No joke. I've got 18 boxes, bags, totes.
You want some books? Romance books? Hit us up.
Most of them are romance.
We'll make you a good deal.
And I have books from other units too. So we've got business, we got spirituality books. I found a bunch of psychic books today. We found textbooks today. College, high school level textbooks. And we clean out today. We're finding books all the time. I find books on business, personal development, so every genre you can think of. We find books in the storage unit all the time. But this one lady had 18 cases of books, and most of them are romance novels. And I don't know anything about romance novels, but they're like Diana Palmer, and I don't know. I had somebody that I know the Diana Palmers because that's like the author I've seen the most. And I've sold a whole case of Diana Palmer's already. And I thought, that was, the majority of the books I had when I sold a whole case. And then I realized that, no, that wasn't even a portion of the books that this lady had. I've probably got, like I said, I've got 18 cases of books. Most of them are romance novels. And I haven't even finished unboxing the unit, so I might find more as we go through the rest of the stuff. Oh, so I'm going to be doing some book shows. We're probably going to be doing $1, maybe $1 for a stack of 5. I don't know. I'm just trying to get rid of books for a while. Nacogdoches, what condition are they in? I haven't even taken most of them out of the box. They look in pretty decent condition from what I can see. Save here first. Hey, Miss Girl, what you doing? But yeah, they look in really good condition from what I can see. But I haven't unboxed them yet. Hey, Ella. All your booksellers. Awesome. I've got cases of books.
Cases.
I will sell you cases. If you want to come down here and look and haul them up, I'll make you a deal. Because I just want to get rid of them. And honestly, I haven't even finished
romance books. A lot of them are romance books.
I've got romance.
I've got, like I said,
I've got every genre.
Yeah.
I've got tons of romance from this one unit, but I've got every genre of book you can imagine. Now, I can't get to all of them right now either because I have a 10 by 15 storage unit, and some of them I started a stack of books in the back of the unit, and then we unloaded a bunch of stuff. Your daughter's in San Marcos. Awesome. Texas State. My father-in-law was a maintenance man at Texas State until he retired about, 4 years ago?
Who?
Your dad.
Oh, yeah, my dad.
My father-in-law would be your dad.
When my mom passed away.
No, it was after that.
It was a little after that, a year afterwards.
So, nurse at the hospital. Ah. Nursing is good. We love nurses. Don't particularly love that hospital.
Oh, yeah, don't ever go. Do not send
the hospital in Kyle. That's the hospital I go to.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we go to.
We go to the hospital in Kyle whenever we need it. Southwest Texas.
All right. I know somebody else who graduated in my family that was from Southwest. My uncle, maybe?
No, West Texas State.
Southwest Texas. That was right before Texas State.
Yeah, Texas State used to be Southwest Texas.
Yeah. But there was somebody, I think one of my cousins graduated, my uncle or somebody, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we go. But yeah, we go to San Marcos all the time because, out here where we live, there ain't nothing.
Oh, that would be great, Flip.
Our big thing recently was we had a Wendy's open up in town. I mean, that's big news in our town. We have a Wendy's now.
Yeah, too bad it doesn't taste too good.
Yeah, send me a message and we'll chat. Like I said, I got tons of boxes of books.
Oh, I've been to Nacogdoches.
Nacogdoches ain't that far.
Isn't that near Houston?
No.
No, wait.
It's kind of northeast.
Yeah, it's outside of Houston, right? Nacogdoches? Or is it College Station?
It's northeast of here.
But that's in that area, correct?
Not exactly. I'll show you on the map where Nacogdoches is when we're not.
I know I've been through there. Okay. I'm trying to think.
But that's great. East Texas.
Oh, that's why it sounds so familiar to me. Yeah.
I know where Nacogdoches is.
Never mind. That's going out towards Dallas. Wrong direction.
No, northeast.
Well, yeah, but going out that way.
Yeah, I bet they'll come out here a lot. Cool. Well, we'll get together sometime because, like I said, I got them over in my storage. Stephen F. Austin is there. Yeah, Texas is big. A lot of people don't get because I talk to people all the time and they're like, I can go to 5 different states to buy units, and I'm like, yeah, but you can get to 5 different states in less time than it takes me to drive across mine.
It's horrible. 8 hours. I mean, get across Texas.
Most of the places I go, we range about 4 hours around, and we don't even get all the way across the state. I could drive for 8 hours and not exit the state of Texas.
Brokeman says 50-mile round trip to get to McDonald's hamburgers for him.
We used to be that way.
We used to be that way.
It used to be longer because it's 30 miles there, so it would be a 60-mile round trip.
Hi from Louisiana.
But now we have a McDonald's.
I've been to Louisiana, and let me tell you, when those car wrecks happen in Louisiana, you do not want to be in the middle of all that stuff.
I don't get them in this volume, but I get books in every single. I don't think I've ever bought a unit I didn't get some books in. I just don't usually get them in the volume that I got them in this unit.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Big Papa.
You're talking a lot of books.
We don't have any adult toys to show. I'm sorry. We're just having a chat. 60 miles from Louisiana. Ah, yep. Well, see, I used to live in Winsboro. So I kind of know that area. Winsboro's up there. Winsboro, Sulphur Springs, Mount Pleasant.
Why did she say no darn for?
We were the ones chatting about the adult toys earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, for y'all that don't know, one of our first units that we came was, we were not bidding on it for that per se. I found something that I was like, oh, we need to grab this.
We found a bunch of
anime.
Cool, Flip.
Cool,
yeah, what's that?
Anime.
We were
like
bidding
Dark
on
Magician Girls stuff.
Animes. Yeah, we had a unit that we were bidding on that had a whole bunch of anime figurines, and we won the unit
from animes.
So in fact, we still have a bunch of the anime figurines, but we're not running them on whatnot right now.
Wow.
But when we got into the unit, we opened up these huge boxes. We had no idea what they were. Funkos. These weren't Funkos. These were anime figurines.
These were.
I mean, and some of these are like $300 and $400 anime figurines.
Yeah, let me see if I can find one just to give them an example.
It's bad these. So when we got into the unit, though, we found these big, huge, long boxes. Went in there, opened them up. They were life-sized silicone adult pleasure dolls. Everything anatomically correct and well endowed.
Very well endowed.
That's what was in
I can't
those
get
books.
Right now.
Oh, thank you, Miss Papa Pop. Thank you for the purchase. There's a lot of storage people in Texas. There's some great units. It depends on where we are, but I can tell you that we have weeks that all the units are trash, and we have weeks that it's just, we can't pass that one up. We can't pass that one up. But we got to because we can't afford to buy all of them. But
yeah,
I mean, and I've had some dingers. Guys, I've had units that were like $1,000 units that I picked up for $10. And sometimes, I mean, this big one, the one that's in the 10x15 that we're talking about, it was a 10x20 unit that was about a 2-hour drive away. But we picked that unit up for $10, and it was a packed 10x20. And we found jewelry in there. We found tons of stuff. We found tons of crafting stuff, cases of books. I mean, it has just been a freaking crate. It's been one of the best units we ever bought.
Yeah,
the facility screwed up. They had 5 auctions for sale that day. One auction closed at 4:30 a.m. and all the others closed at 4:30 p.m. Yeah, but I don't know. We bid on the one that closed at 4:30 a.m.
Yes, we did.
And we were the only ones that bid on that unit at 4:30 in the morning. Book Peeps, 2 online stores. So, but the lady had 4. 4 of the 5 units they sold that day belonged to the same person. So we have items, like some of the furniture items that we have part of, but we don't have all of because it was in the other unit. I have a kitchen table with no legs.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me bid on the other unit. He was like...
We had one that we went past what we could afford to spend on it because it went for more than we could afford to spend. There was another one that was another 10x20 that we didn't learn till later was owned by the same person. Had I known that other 10x20 was owned by the same person, I probably would have bid on that one.
But he told me no to that one. They scored a really good unit on
No,
that
you
one.
told me no to that one. I was going to bid on it, and you said no.
No, that's the other one. I'm talking about the one with the...
No, the 10x10. There was a 10x10 and 2 10x20s and another 10x20.
I'm talking about the one with the metal detector.
That was the 10x10. That was the one that went over what we could afford for it. We stopped bidding because we couldn't really afford it. It was getting too expensive.
Oh, I didn't even think we bid it on it.
Yes, we did. We were in a bidding war on it.
Oh, okay. Then I forgot about that.
But then the other one, the other 10x20 went for $90. And it was probably as good as the one that we got.
Maybe.
Honestly, my average price per unit is about $200 to $300. The most expensive unit we've ever bought was $400.
And
so far.
We stopped bidding at a certain point because...
Well, part of it's... Y'all got to realize we're a small growing business. Okay? We started with $10 units. And we have worked our way up to where now we can spend $300 to $400 on a unit. We put money back into our business every unit.
But you also kind of need to know kind of what you're looking at, and prices are being bid up a lot, and unfortunately you don't want to bid. You need to stop at a certain point, because at a certain point you're not going to gain profit off of the...
Yeah, you got to learn how to profile
the unit.
Know
what you're looking
I've seen units that are worth about $100 worth of inventory in it, and they go for $700 or $800. So you gotta be willing to say, no, I'm not going any further on that unit. And it's a guessing game because you're going based off of what you can see. For for those of y'all that know Pirate, I followed Pirate since I started this business. I started watching Pirate back in 2017, 2018. Back when he was homeless and nobody knew who he was. I've been watching Pirate that long. He had pink hair. He was homeless.
I remember that.
Living in his car. And honestly, I've learned a lot about this business from Pirate. And there's one of the things that he taught me early on is, and with all the inflation we've had, we've kind of upped it a little bit. We bid about $10 per box. So if I can count boxes, I bid about $10 per box. I go a little bit higher than that now just because of the inflation. But
not
much. And we do have some stuff. Thanks, Flip. I'll go get with you here in a little bit. But we do $10 a box, and then we estimate the value of the open stuff that we can see, and that's how we decide how we're gonna bid.
Yeah.
My goal with every unit we buy.
Yeah, it keeps you out of trouble.
I have to make 3 times what we spend on the unit in order for it to be worth my time.
And you don't want to get a caught in a bidding
war.
So,
because we got to get our money back. We're spending money. You know, we figure we're spending money on the product. We're going to have to put money aside for taxes. And we're going to have to put some money in our pocket. You cannot get emotionally attached to a unit and emotionally bid.
Saying they remember that pink hair, true. Me Too, James Pirate X is OG.
I love Pirate. He don't know who I am from Adam, even though he and I have been on a live stream panel before on YouTube.
He knows you as your old name.
But he's so huge, he don't know everybody. But, well, I did change my name, too. I changed my name in, like, 2021, 2022. But we used to be known as Storage Scavenger, and then we switched it to CTX Scavenger. But, you know, I've learned a lot from watching Pirate. I've seen his expand. Guys, when I first started watching Pirate, he was buying $10, $20, $30 units. Now he's spending thousands on a unit. But he built his way up there, and he was doing it full time when I was still working at a prison.
And honestly, Storage Wars didn't help a lot of that.
The pandemic didn't help. Everything going online, being forced to online, the TV shows, even YouTube has, you know, glorified the storage business to a point where people think that it's easy and they just go in there. It's not an easy business.
I would tell you.
It's getting harder to find great deals on units, but we still find them.
Yes.
It's units that we pay $300-$400 for now at the live auctions used to cost us $30, $40, maybe $100. I think at a live auction, the most we ever paid for a unit was $110. And it wound up being a really good unit. We made almost.
I love those live auctions. I love meeting new people.
And we sold 90% of that unit on YouTube auctions. That was before we knew about Whatnot. And we made over $1,000 on that unit selling it on YouTube.
Thanks to our YouTube family.
And that was, again, we paid $110 for that unit. And I didn't sell. That's the other thing. I don't expect to sell every item out of the unit. I probably sell about half to 2/3 of the stuff out of the unit, and we wind up donating the rest of it. Most units, half to 2/3, a third to a half of every unit, we wind up donating, just to get rid of it because we can't sell it fast enough. And there's a lot of low end stuff. There's stuff that we can sell at yard sales and stuff, but honestly, where we live, we've done one yard sale since we moved into this house. We used to do yard sales.
We're about to do another one.
We're about to do another one.
It's going to be a community garage, so let's see how this one goes.
Some facilities have, honestly, no, because the facilities, here's the thing, the facilities are making more money. So why would they go back to live auctions when they made less money on the same stuff?
Yeah, because people are bidding $1,000, $2,600.
Units that they used to sell for $10 or $20 are now selling for $1,000. Why would they go back to doing it live?
Yeah.
There's not an incentive for them to go back to doing it live. they make more money this way, and they don't have to deal with the auction days. They don't have to deal with the auction crowds. They just have to deal with the actual winners. So it doesn't make sense for them to do it live. And now it's also, especially with Storage Treasures, Storage Treasures has contracts now with almost all of the large. If anybody looks at Storage Treasures, which is the largest online auction platform right now, they have all of the big facilities. They've got CubeSmart, they've got Public Storage, they've got U-Haul,
And now
all
they've
of
got
the biggest facilities,
now, if I believe
extra
so.
space, all of the big chain facilities they have. They even started doing the pods. Pods used to be over on Locker Fox, and they just recently started showing up on Storage Treasures. So Storage Treasures is doing some integration stuff too with a lot of their electronic systems. Because they don't just do storage auctions. The company that owns Storage Treasures also does like storage unit facility security systems and stuff. So they're doing all of that for all of these companies. So it's all integrated together. So they're incentivized to stay in doing the live online live auction.
Oh, but I love the live auctions. I did. I had so much fun with the live auctions.
But yeah, I don't see it going back. Honestly, I said when we started this in 2018, I said that this was all moving online. I was bidding on Storage Treasures back when we could get really good units for 10 or 20 bucks on Storage Treasures before the pandemic and everybody went to online. I think I get too emotional in live auctions. I love the live auctions.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
They probably don't remember me because I'm such a small fry and I was new, but I met locker blockers at a public storage live auction in Austin. I know I've met locker blockers in person. They just don't remember me probably. And they only know me as CTX Scavenger. I don't think they've ever even been on my live. But I met them. They're really cool people. We got to meet them. We got to meet a bunch of the local storage auction buyers when we were there. Because the people. Who is Storage Treasures? Is it a website? Yeah, storagetreasures.com. It's the largest online auction platform for storage unit auctions. There's
actually
there's a whole bunch of them. There's probably 40 or 50 of them, but the main ones I follow are Storage Treasures. That's the number one. Probably 90% of the units that we bid on come from Storage Treasures. Almost every one I've ever bought. Locker Fox, which I do occasionally bid on units on Locker Fox, but I rarely win one on Locker Fox.
Because we switch.
And then storageauctions.net. Those are the three biggest storage unit auctions online. Those three probably have 90% of the best units. They're the three biggest ones in the game online. But there's probably 30 or 40 different sites that do online storage auctions.
I don't know.
Do you remember Crocker Lockers? Do you remember Crocker Lockers?
Yes, I know Crocker. I still talk to John on Facebook all the time. We met Crocker's Lockers at a live collab.
Man Flipper.
That man the Flipper. Yes, Alex.
We remember all of them.
I said that I was on a live with Pirate. It was at Fat Man the Flipper's live.
Yeah, we remember them all.
So I remember all those people. Sorry, we got two chats going on because we got this one and we got chat going on over on YouTube. So we're chatting with people on both sides. But yeah, those guys. I mean, that's where I met Pirate. That's where I met some of the other people that I don't mention because I don't particularly care to enjoy their company anymore. But that's where I met Robin. That's where I met so many great people. That man opened a lot of doors for me. Pickers of Oz, hey, Volta Failure.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, we've been in this game since 2018. We started doing websites. Okay, the websites that we buy storage units at. Storage Treasures, number one. If you're gonna go to Storage Treasures,
be prepared.
Well, be prepared. But if you spend more than $200 per month, which is pretty much one unit a month for most of them, it's worth it to get the paid membership. The savings on your buyer's premium alone pays for that membership. And you get free offers. The unit we just picked up today was a free offer unit we got off of Storage Treasures. So Storage Treasures is my number one go-to. Locker Fox is my number two. LockerFox.com. It's not as user-friendly. They don't have a paid membership. They have some limitations I don't particularly like. Their units are hit or miss on Locker Fox.
Yeah.
You have to be at least a Pro Bidder Max, I think, which is the second tier of membership, to get free offers. Okay. It could be your area. Basically, a free offer is if a unit goes no sale at auction, the facility has the opportunity to do a free clean out offer that goes out. And if the facilities choose to do it, you may not get them because the facilities aren't doing it in your area. I get some weeks I don't get any, and some weeks I get like flooded with them. But
we got flooded with them today or yesterday.
I got 5 yesterday that they were all the same facility, and I only took one of them. But like the one we got, I was shocked. It should have gone for at least $10. That's one bid.
Right.
The minimum bid on Storage Treasures is $10.
Yeah, they can be kind of cutthroat, but
some of the facility managers can be mean. Some of the buyers can be mean. I have not personally actually had a problem with most. I kind of
had good actually with people.
I wouldn't say I had a problem, but I did kind of have
a rude one today.
A couple of rude people. No, not today. I'm not talking about there. I had a couple of rude people at some of the live auctions that we went to.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't either. I try not to be. I'm a sweetheart. Y'all see my halo?
No, I'm the sweetheart. I'm the sweetheart.
There's the sweetheart.
This is the sweetheart.
See, she even got her halo on. Say hi. This is a halo, y'all. So
she likes to see her dad.
We know she's a sweetheart because she's got a halo. But you know we. You're laughing now. She likes that.
She likes that.
She got to see herself on video.
She said yes.
Not exactly, baby. She looks kind of, guys. She weighs 35 pounds. She's 11 years old. Or no, 32 pounds. She's 32 pounds. She's 11 years old. That's part of her brain malformation. But her name is Emily, which means strong-willed.
And industrious.
Her official diagnosis, primary, is semi-lobar holoprosencephaly, which is a mouthful. Basically, her brain did not form the division between the left and right hemispheres properly. She also has microcephaly because her frontal lobe did not fully form. She's missing a piece of her frontal lobe. That all happened in utero. And so she has cerebral palsy. She's nonverbal. She's non-mobile. She's got very slow growth. But she's a beautiful baby girl. She loves people. She is anybody into astrology.
He says on the free one, do you have to put $100 deposit sometimes?
It depends on the facility.
Depends on the facility. But
yeah. This facility required me to put in a $100 deposit, which I have to go back.
Others sometimes do not. CubeSmart and Public Storage.
Public Storage doesn't require a cleaning deposit. CubeSmart didn't require us to put one in when we win one from them, or when we get a free offer from them. But it's up to the facility if they charge that cleaning deposit or not. Some do, some don't. One of the things I like about Public Storage, even if we win an auction on Public Storage, they don't do a cleaning deposit. Even on their auctions, we don't do cleaning deposit. Yeah, most of the big chains are like that. And most of the facilities are. Not only can you not bid on them, they can get you in trouble with storage treasures. They get you banned on storage treasures if you don't clean out the unit completely. Colorado Rockies. Where in the Rockies are you? I've got family in Cripple Creek in Colorado Springs. Leadville. I don't know where Leadville is, but I got people and family up there. I love the Colorado. And this is Jesse. This is baby brother. Hi, Jesse.
Mommy has her hands full with both
He's
of them.
5. So he's half Sissy's age and twice her weight.
Hey, don't be showing around. Go over there.
Yeah.
Sit down. They don't want to see that.
Sit down. You see. Yeah, we got our hands full sometimes with those two.
Yes.
But
just last night,
you know, she has her difficulties. We have her periods where she's got issues going on, but then we have periods of things. I can tell you, the halo that she has on, which is the metal thing that's screwed into her head,
was done in March.
Was done for she was born with scoliosis. She has a curvature in her spine. Hers is not because of muscle. Hers is because of extra pieces of bone in her spine that make her spine curve. She's homeschooled. We're homeschooling. And part of this, she was enrolled in the school system and they were on a homebound program. And they weren't really doing anything that was age appropriate with her. Like when she watches, when we read her books, we're doing things that are at her age level. And she loves it. She's bored. She was not paying attention to the school teachers and she was bored because they were doing stuff that we do with a 5-year-old.
Taking her out for walks.
I mean, walks, ABCs, doing, like children's books and I mean, she sits here and watches TV all day. Her favorite TV show is Hannah Montana.
And she's starting to branch out.
We're watching other shows too, but she's watching shows that are age appropriate for herself. You know what one of her other favorite shows is? Hell's Kitchen. She loves Gordon Ramsay.
That's probably because
she will sit here for hours and watch Gordon Ramsay, especially Hell's Kitchen. That's her favorite TV show, and she's 11 years old. I love it too, so I don't mind.
I think it's because I watched Gordon Ramsay the whole time I was pregnant with her.
But
I would watch Hell's Kitchen.
She'll sit there and he starts going off and getting mad. She'll start laughing. She thinks it's funny. But she loves it. She loves watching Gordon Ramsay, and it's weird. I don't know what it is. YouTubers, she loves Locker Nuts. She will watch Jack from Locker Nuts for hours.
Yeah, she does.
And she gets excited when he comes on the street.
I think she must remember him or something.
The only other YouTuber she'll really watch is me.
Oh, yeah,
she'll watch her daddy. She loves to watch her daddy. She gets upset when I'm not here, but then she watches Daddy on TV and she's fine.
She gets all excited. She will choose Daddy over Hannah Montana.
But she will watch Pirate. She'll kind of look at it every once in a while, but she won't watch Pirate. She won't watch Hales. She won't watch, most of the other YouTubers. But if Jack's on, she is glued to that TV. And she's laughing now.
She's laughing. She thinks it's funny.
Got a school for the blind there. She actually has part of her diagnosis is a cortical visual impairment. And even her eye doctor has said the reality is we don't know how well she can see and not see. Because she can't give us the necessary responses to know
although she'll track
what she can and can't see. But she does track, but she doesn't focus on some things. But they have that as part of her diagnosis.
And she kind of blanks out a little bit.
But she has a cerebral palsy. She has a skeletal scoliosis. The Halo, actually, there's a traction device on her wheelchair. And that keeps her spine in traction. And it's helping to straighten out her spine. They usually do that traction for like 3 to 4 months prior to doing spinal surgery. But because she's so small and she's so young, that's usually something they do about 14, 15 years old. But her curvature's gotten so bad, they're using the halo and the traction to delay surgery for another 3 to 4 years. So she's going to be in that for a while.
And we were...
But those of y'all that see me bidding on the sparklies and the bling bling at Double D's,
it's all for her.
This is where it goes. Y'all see?
They fell off. So no, they
most
can't
of them have fallen off. But we've got these little sparklies. Oh, I'm seeing you.
See anything.
I can't see where it's at. I can't. Where's the camera on this thing? I'm sorry. I'm getting used to the camera. There's some.
They are. There's some right there.
We line the whole halo, and then we'll let them under here because then she likes to look up and see the sparklies.
Like the stars.
So Josh is laughing her head over again. So that's why we've been buying all of the craft bling from Double D's. I'm kind of loaded up right now. They even loaded us up on our last order. They sent us a bunch of extras because we love Double D. They're so amazing. But that's why we buy those is because we put those all over.
Oh, I'm gonna bling down the traction chair.
They last about a week or so, and then they fall off. So then we have to put new ones on.
Hey James, I think we should do one more giveaway.
We'll do another giveaway.
Yeah, let's do another giveaway.
Let's do another giveaway.
For all of y'all that have been sticking here.
We're going to do another L'Oreal bag, y'all. We might even throw in something else. Who knows? We got a lot of cool little treasures in there. We might throw something in there besides just samples. We'll do another L'Oreal sample bag. We got all kinds of samples of L'Oreal products. We got like 20 cases. So you're going to get one of these for sure. And then we may throw something else in there. You never know. Y'all getting that giveaway. But yeah, you know, this is Emily. This is why we love doing Whatnot too, though. Because we can run stuff fast enough. We control when stuff sells. We can kind of control the shipping. Once I get it more organized.
She's talking her head off right now.
And so if I can come out here, I can run shows. And then if she gets sick, if something happens with her, I can stop for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and take care of her, and then I can come back here.
In March, we were gone for a month, weren't we, James?
We were selling on eBay. In 2020, 2021, we were primarily selling on eBay and doing some stuff on YouTube.
Yes.
There's one in Austin.
She wouldn't be. She wouldn't
about
be,
an hour away.
She wouldn't do any good for the school for the blind. Part of it is they don't think that she would be able to learn the
sign language.
She uses a lot of.
Well, the blind can't see sign language.
Well, yeah, that's
that
true.
would be for the hearing.
She uses a lot of eye gazing.
Yep. But we have had some support from School of the Blind a few times. But she's not a lab student there. But they do help us with some visual equipment and stuff. One of the things that they're working on with her, though, is because she does so much expression with her eye gaze, and she uses her eye gaze, they're teaching her to use a board, an eye gaze board, where we can like put an answer on this side and an answer on this side, and she looks at which one she wants. And eventually they're going to truncate it down and shrink it down to a size where she could do that eye gaze on a tablet or on a computer screen.
Yeah, and she does tell us what she likes. She will let you know.
She is expressive. Being nonverbal does not mean she cannot communicate. It just means we have to learn her language. And that's what we spent the last 11 years learning her language. She's trying to get to the phone at the moment. She's reaching for your phone. Yeah, because she sees the TV. She sees Daddy.
Yeah, look, she's laughing now. That's funny. Okay, look, she's laughing. She thinks it's funny.
Yeah, it's getting late, though. We're going to have to get them kiddos to bed pretty soon. And I'm starting to get hungry again. But yeah, we've had some good stuff. That's why we like doing Whatnot, though. Because we can do stuff. We were selling on eBay. I had a ton of stuff on eBay. Now, she went into the hospital in September of 2021. And we were in and out of the hospital for the next 8 months. And a good portion of that time, we were in the hospital.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that one. But go ahead.
We spent, I think the longest stay was like 2 months.
Yeah.
We were there straight.
I was going back and forth.
She was going back and forth. I was at the hospital with Emily the entire time.
Because my 5-year-old was 1.
And we didn't have home nursing. So even when we came home from the hospital, I was busy taking care of Emily. And while we were in the hospital, I was keeping... I mean, we're in there for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I kept putting my eBay store back in vacation mode. But with eBay, vacation mode does not shut your store down. It just means
just so y'all know,
they're going to notify them that it might take longer to ship. Well, people don't mind waiting a week or 2 weeks.
But 6 months.
I am not on eBay. I'm getting to that. For 6 months, we were in the hospital. And I had stuff selling on eBay. And I couldn't get home to ship it. Because it's over an hour drive away to the hospital. And I couldn't leave her... Because she's nonverbal, we can't leave her in the hospital unattended. So somebody has to be with her.
Although they tried.
That was my job.
They tried.
Part of it, too, is because Jessica's diabetic, so she's really picky about what she can and can't eat. And my health is a little bit better, even though they say I'm pre-diabetic now. Probably because of the years of junk food. Because I can pretty much live on whatever I can get. And I can live pretty cheaply at the hospital for 6 months at a time.
Any basketballs?
Yeah, we're not doing any sales today. We may have some swimming with the sharks. Congrats on the giveaway. We'll get you something out. We're going to get you a L'Oreal bag out really soon, along with maybe a little prize in there too.
I think we've seen stuff like that though in our...
We do find basketball cards sometimes. I actually have a pack over there that I just got on a giveaway myself. But I'm not selling anything today. We're actually getting ready to wrap up.
We're just chatting, letting y'all get to know us.
Letting people know us. We were just talking about our daughter. So anyway, we were 6 months on eBay. I keep trying to tell this story and I keep getting distracted. Because I'm ADHD as fuck too, y'all. So I get distracted easily. And my meds are wearing off. Thanks. Okay, awesome.
That'd be great.
Oh, okay. You swimming with the sharks. Okay, I got you. I know who you are now. I know who you go with. You go with Flip. But what is it? I was talking about eBay.
eBay.
Oh yeah.
eBay,
so we were in and out of the hospital. Stuff was selling while we were in the hospital, and I couldn't get home to ship it. This went on for months, and it got to the point where eBay saw it as fraudulent activity because I started refunding everybody's orders. So everything that would sell, a couple of weeks later, I was just sending out refunds. I wasn't shipping anything. Because I was in the hospital with my daughter. And I didn't want people just indefinitely waiting for me to randomly get home because I never knew when we were going to get home.
Yeah, we would come home, then 2 days later we'd be right back.
And we were having these longer and longer stays. So I got banned. I got a lifetime ban on eBay for fraudulent activity. I spent months trying to get a hold of a live person to fix it. Nobody would ever talk to me. All I got was bounced from one automated system to another for like 6 months, and I finally gave up. Every person I've talked to that's gotten one of those lifetime bans has had absolutely no luck in recovering their account. So I was just like, I'm done. There's other platforms. I'm not going to fight them. Okay. I don't think that I was fraudulent in what I was doing. I was trying to, respect the customers and refund their money instead of just not sending anything. But, it is what it is.
But I wasn't even talking about that one. I was talking about...
But that's why I'm no longer on eBay. That's my point was that's part of why we like Whatnot. Because here, one, if I put my store, I can have something to buy it now. If I put it on vacation mode, nobody can buy anything.
Well, you got to understand, in March, what she's not telling you is we were gone for a month.
Yeah, when she had her surgery to get the halo installed in March.
A month.
We were there for a week and a half before she went in the hospital. Then she was in the hospital for like 2.5 weeks.
So you're looking at a month.
So we were gone for a month. I did try to do, some stuff while we were there, but You know, and our last time we were there, I actually did my very first live chat live stream while we were at our last appointments because we were there for over a week. And I was like, I can't sell anything, but I can go on and chat at least so I can get a show in. And like 3 people showed up.
We stayed there.
That was in the middle of July. Yeah, I was a tiny little. I mean, my eBay store sold like maybe 5 or 6 items a week. I mean, I wasn't a huge eBay seller. I had a lot of stuff. We were making some decent money on eBay. I had some good weeks where we'd sell, you know, a crap load of stuff and make a lot of money, and then I'd have weeks that we sold 1 or 2 items. But also my store had like 5. My store ranged between 500 and 1,000 items at a time. I never got a really big eBay store built up. I was doing a lot on eBay. I was doing YouTube. I was doing Macari. One of the things that I tried to do, and this is one thing I really recommend not doing, and people talk about diversifying. I think diversifying is great, but learn one platform at a time. Because when I started out, I was doing YouTube, eBay, Macari, Poshmark. I was trying to be everywhere at once, right from the start.
ADD?
ADHD? That's my ADHD. And I wasn't using auto posture or any of that stuff. I was doing it all manually.
Yeah. It was interesting, that's for sure.
And that did not work for me. Now, I have told Jessica, I'm looking at building a Shopify store because we do have items that we don't run on Whatnot. We have items that we only want to sell certain ways. Some stuff we don't want to ship. You know, some stuff we want
too big to ship.
Some that's too big. Some stuff it just won't go for the price that we want here on Whatnot. And I know that. Like we have a lot of the anime figurines. We know those things are worth $300 to $400 on some of them. We've done the research on them. And I can't let them go for $5. So we're not going to be running that stuff on Whatnot. I might put those aside and have some of those to run, you know, where we can run them. But I could sell stuff, and then we get items that we can't sell because of terms of service.
His name is James, and my name is Jessica.
This is Mrs. CTX, a.k.a. Jessica. Mm-hmm. I am James. That is Jesse.
Don't be showing Jessica.
And this is Emily.
Our messy house.
So, that is our names. James, Jessica, Emily, Jesse.
And then I have a 23-year-old around here somewhere.
And then we have the 23-year-old that's hiding in his room. But you know, we tried to be everywhere at once. Facebook Marketplace is how I sell most of my furniture and big stuff.
The thing with them is sometimes.
But the reason I was going to do the Shopify store is because Shopify, and this is something they've recently added, has apps in there now that you can use Shopify and you can list on other platforms through one listing and manage everything from your Shopify store back in. So I can list on Facebook Marketplace. I can list on eBay if I was on eBay. I can list on Amazon. I can list on Macari. I can list on Poshmark. So I can build my Shopify store and I get to pick and choose which platforms those items post on a per item basis. I haven't started doing it yet, so I haven't played with it. I've just read some of the details and I've talked to some people that have done it. So I'm thinking about starting a CTX Scavenger store on Shopify, and then I can use that to cross post to other sites. I'm also on. I do most of my big stuff OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. That's basically the 2 places where I sell most of my big stuff. Because I'm sorry guys, I'm not gonna run a dresser for $5, and I'm not gonna give you $8 shipping on a dresser that cost me $150 to ship. Just not gonna do it. You would have to pay full shipping, and the shipping would probably be more than the dresser is worth for most of the dressers we get. So I sell that stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I sell on OfferUp. We had it listed on OfferUp. It didn't sell there, actually. We sold it in a personal sale to a friend. But we had a box. We bought a candy store. It was a storage unit at CubeSmart but it was a candy store unit.
Oh yeah.
And it was CubeSmarts have office buildings, and even the managers said I've never seen one of these come up for auction. But the guy abandoned his candy store. He was basically running an online candy store out of this office space he was renting at CubeSmart, and he abandoned it. So we won it in an auction for fairly cheap, and I bought it mainly because there was a bunch of really expensive shelving in there. I probably got $300 worth of shelving units.
We're still eating candies,
but we got a couple of totes of candy. The candy was all expired, so we can't sell it on Whatnot, but we can eat it.
Oh, it doesn't even taste expired.
And we are eating it. The guy was doing stuff online. He had lighting kits, photo booth, all kinds of
You're not
that kind of equipment for online sales. And that was pretty cool. But we got that from that candy store. So in the candy store, one of the things that we found on the top of one of the shelves was an entire case of 4-foot fluorescent light bulbs. Brand new case. All of the bulbs were there. I didn't want to ship that. Those fluorescent bulbs are pain to ship, and they're hazardous cargo, and they got to be tagged and all kinds of weird shit. So I didn't run that stuff on Whatnot where I couldn't sell it. I listed that on Facebook Marketplace. It was there for a little while, but actually wound up having a friend of mine that had a fluorescent light, and it wound up being the right size for their fluorescent lights, so they bought it from me. Now they don't have to buy bulbs for like another 2 years. So, but the big stuff we sell local. I sell a lot of stuff local. I've got some of our caregivers on the Whatnot. Now they're getting mad at me. They blame me for them spending too much money, and most of it's not on my shows. They're going to other people's shows and spending money. But yeah, I tell everybody about Whatnot. I am trying to spread the word about Whatnot. I love the platform. I know a lot of people, for those of y'all watching on YouTube, I know a lot of y'all don't like Whatnot.
But it has some good things about it.
I like the platform as a buyer, and I like the platform as a seller. Now, there's things I think could be improved on both ends. As a buyer and a seller, I think there's things that can be improved. There are some things that I disagree with on the platform, but it's their platform, it's their rules. Just like any platform. There's things I disagree with on eBay, but it's their platform, it's their rules. There's things I disagree with that YouTube does. You know, no platform is going to do things the way I would do it myself 100% of the time. But I love the platform. I can run more product in 1 hour show on Whatnot than I can in a 4 hour in a week's worth of 4 hour shows on YouTube.
And on Tuesday, we will be coming back live selling on Whatnot. Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 a.m. We're going to be doing our live unboxing show. We're going to go through the unit we
Come
picked
join
up
us, because even we don't know what
we got. We have no idea what we got.
Don't know if it's enough. I don't think it's the L'Oreal.
We have some little tiny clues because some of the boxes are open. We'll show some of the stuff that's out of the boxes. There was stuff just laying around the unit.
Oh, there was a cute.
There's some cool stuff that we found just laying around the unit. There wasn't even boxed up.
Not even in boxes. Nope, he's right.
But we'll be running the boxes. All the big stuff. Guys, I've got, if anybody of y'all live in Texas and y'all want to do a pickup, I've got 9 Christmas trees right now. I got 4 more today. We got 4 more Christmas trees today out of this unit.
It's beginning to look a lot like
I'm fixing to go swimming in Christmas trees. I'm about to be listing Christmas trees for like $5 a piece on Facebook Marketplace just to get rid of them.
And they all work.
I don't have a single one listed yet. I usually wait till October to start listing Christmas stuff. But I've got a lot of Christmas stuff. We're going to be running some more Christmas sales. We did Christmas in July sales, and we sold tons of Christmas stuff in July. I still have probably half of it still left. We were selling all month long. We did several big Christmas shows. We did a few here on Whatnot. We did several on YouTube. And we sold a crap load of Christmas stuff in July. But we didn't even sell half of what we got. And we've gotten more since then. Because we find Christmas in almost every unit. And because we were doing the Christmas in July shows, we were specifically bidding on units with vintage Christmas stuff. Some of the vintage. One of the things that I am learning, and if any of y'all sell, if any of y'all know how to ship Christmas bulbs, the glass old Christmas bulbs, I have a ton of them, and I'm scared to sell them because the last time I sold them, half of them were broke by the time they got there. I shipped them. I bubble wrapped them. I put them in glass packs with the dividers. I did everything I could to protect that box. I swear the Postal Service decided to play football with that box of glasses. Because I did everything I spent. It wasn't a cheap lot either. I spent more on the bubble wrap alone than they paid me for the lot.
I love Christmas too. It's my favorite time of year.
It was a huge lot. I used a ton of bubble wrap and tried to protect everything. I did everything I could, but over half of them were broke. They were surprised that half of them were still good. I was upset because half of them were broke. The customer wound up being happy, and we worked out a deal, and we made it right with them. But they were surprised that only half of them were broke.
We did find some. What did we find? That
several bulbs in one wine pack. I don't even think I've ever seen a wine pack. I guess I'll have to look those up and see what they are.
Are they little individual
idea.
things?
I have a ton of them. The only reason I don't want them on Whatnot is I don't want y'all to get broken stuff. I try to wrap stuff really good. Sometimes, and I'm getting better at wrapping. I've been through some shipping shows lately. I'm trying to get better at wrapping stuff. But I try to get stuff in a way that it's going to get there without getting broke. That's my number one concern when I got breakables is can I get it there without it getting broke? And I don't trust the damn post office to get it there safely. Because every time I trust the post office, stuff gets broke. So I'm trying to get it there. I'm trying to get better at wrapping stuff. But I'm trying to figure out how to. I've got a ton. I mean, I probably got hundreds of glass bulbs that I'm just putting aside. I've got some really fancy hand-decorated ones. Gorgeous. These definitely worth more than like $5. I mean, I have some of them. I've done some research.
You can't even go in there. They're like $10 for just a dozen or 18
plastic ones. But I've gone and researched some of the ones that I've got just to trying to see. Some of the ones I have sell for over $20 a piece, and I have boxes of them.
Yeah.
So, these are not cheap bulbs. And I do not want them to get shattered on way to the customer. I'll run them for $1, and I don't care what they sell for. I'm just saying, I want them to get there safely.
Right.
That's the only reason I'm not running those is because I got to make sure they get there safely. So I'm going to try some things. I'm going to look into the wine packs for sure.
Thanks for the heads up on that.
I appreciate that. I use them mostly for Starbucks cups, and the plastic would keep breaking. Then I started using them for glass. Oh.
Huh. Yeah, thanks for letting us know. We'll have to try that. See if it works.
Wine. Cool. That's cool.
Andrea would probably know what we're talking about. Someone in my family might know too.
Yeah, we got some people we may know who know a little bit about wine because they enjoy
my
wine.
sister included. I am not a wine drinker. I wish I liked wine.
I'm not a drinker at all, guys. I used to be, but I wasn't a wine drinker.
I was never a wine drinker, but I was other drinkers.
Yeah. I don't have a problem. If y'all enjoy a drink, have at it. But my sobriety is working on almost 20 years. So
I never had a problem, so I don't have.
I enjoyed it a little too much in my younger days. And
well, I think we all do. But with that being said, I was never an alcoholic, so I'm good.
But once I would start, I wouldn't stop until I passed out. pick and choose what you use them for. They're worth it.
Okay.
I gotta
We'll have
find
to
them.
do that.
I gotta find some of those. We'll look those up and definitely that looks like a good deal.
Yeah.
You know, I've got you know some just plain bulbs. I got boxes and boxes of those, but I have some really fancy hand decorated. I mean,
shoot, we just
really
sold
fancy,
some Linux
really nice
and we
ones.
just sold some Waterford and we just sold.
I mean, we just sold a bunch of crystal stuff. I didn't sell the Linux. I still got it around somewhere.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Well, we have Linux.
The Linux didn't sell.
Interesting. Okay.
I've still got it. We've had Linux. We sold a lot of Linux during Christmas in July. Yeah, the bulbs I'm nervous about. We found tons of vintage, like old wooden handmade ornaments and stuff.
Yeah.
We sold a bunch of those already. I still have some, but we sold a bunch of them.
We got some more too.
I've got some miniature ornaments, guys. I got some miniature ornaments that are like an inch tall, a half-inch tall. Really detailed. I've got some miniatures of all different kinds: elves, reindeer, Santas. But I got Star Wars. I've got the Star Wars miniature.
Didn't we have a Gizmo too? But
I've got a baby Yoda. I've got an old Yoda. I got Darth Vader. We've got Chewbacca. So we love the Star Wars. The Star Wars and Christmas combined.
Emily thinks that's funny. Yeah. She's laughing. Well, guys, it's been fun.
Yeah, we've been on for almost 2 hours for our 1 hour show, guys.
We've got to go.
I got some more shipping to do. I've said that several times tonight.
Send us messages if y'all got any questions. We'll get back with anybody who has sent us messages.
Bookmark the upcoming shows. Before we leave, we're going to go raid out. We're going to
see us Tuesday, 8:30 a.m.
Somebody to raid. See, this is awesome because on the tablet, it gives us choices. Lumiards. TNT gift. Ooh, Lumiards on. She only got 30 people. We're going to go. Lumiart is another storage auction buyer over in Miami. Let's give her a shout out. Say good morning, Lumiart. Because everybody knows that I'm a good morning. So go over there and say good morning. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Running.